There is an alternative for writing the IELTS exam, which is cheaper, easier, and no stress. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Rika Girly Speaks. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more spiritual, psychological, and educational tips to make life a bit easier and better. I'm sure you can tell that I have kata from the way I'm. Yes, the weather is very cold. It actually snowed yesterday. It was pretty exciting. It's been like 7 years since I've seen snow, so it was really exciting. Most of the videos I've been doing so far have been about things that were not so positive, but I think it was very necessary. However, today's video is going to be something a bit more exciting, and I know a lot of people are probably going to find this helpful. You know, especially if they are planning to relocate to the UK for school, or to relocate to even Canada for school. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. The IELTS exam. This is one exam that a lot of people would rather not write, and I totally get it. I also wished that I didn't have to write it, and I didn't have to write it. Okay, that didn't really go exactly how I wanted, but the exam can be a bit stressful. I mean, it's English, we speak English, right? It shouldn't be so hard, but it's honestly, a lot of people would just prefer to not write it, and it's also expensive. Now to write the exam is like 80 to 90,000 naira. So that's a lot of money to invest in just one exam. So if you know that you can find a way to still achieve your goal without having to spend that much money, time preparing, all that, transport to go to the exam center, writing, the stress, etc., then this video is for you. I actually wasn't aware that you could travel abroad from Nigeria to study or as a student without writing the IELTS exam until I discovered a guide. There was one guide, like travel to Canada without writing the IELTS exam guide, and then I was like, oh, so you can actually go to Canada without writing the IELTS exam. So I got to know more. We actually purchased it along with my sister, and I was able to discover some universities that are willing to accept international students without the IELTS exam. So a lot of people don't actually know that there are schools that are willing to take you without the IELTS exam, and a lot of people also don't know that there is an alternative for writing the IELTS exam, which is cheaper, easier, and no stress to get. A lot of people might feel deceived by me or something, because I help a lot of people prepare for the IELTS exam, and funny enough, they score well. But now you're like, oh, but Ife, you actually didn't write. So how are you able to? That's for another video. That's for another video. Let's not get distracted. Okay, so for this video, I'm just gonna basically talk about how I was able to relocate to the UK as a student without writing the IELTS exam, and how you can do that for yourself. So there are several schools in the UK, believe it or not, that are willing to give you admission without writing the IELTS exam, and they are good schools. I'll put up a list right here. So in place of the IELTS exam, I actually use something called the English Proficiency Certificate. Now this is something that your school can give you. Several schools in Nigeria give this because, I mean, we're taught in English in university. Is there any university in Nigeria that they teach in a foreign language or something? They're usually taught in English. So it's just showing the university that is abroad, like it's proof that you can't speak English, that you understand English. They basically just want to know that you'll be able to survive, understand the instructions, and communicate when you travel. So this can usually go in place of the IELTS exam, and that's exactly what I used for the school that I'm currently in. I used an English proficiency letter that was given to me by my university, which is Babcock University, and that was that was what I used. I didn't write the IELTS exam, guys. I did not. I don't even ask me, do you? I'm always kind of like, I don't really always want to say it because I feel like it might discourage people from wanting to learn. But funny enough, I still help people prepare for the exam, and they do very well. And I would do another video for that. So if you are looking to relocate to the UK and you're worried about writing the IELTS exam, or you want to know if it's possible to travel here without writing, yes, it is. It's very, very possible. Just find out if your school offers English proficiency certificate, which most universities do, and use that. And also search for UK schools that don't require an IELTS exam. So there are schools that do require it. If you're coming for work, you need it. But if you're coming as a student to the UK, you don't necessarily need it if you have an English proficiency certificate. If you're schooled in Babcock, anybody that's schooled in Babcock, just know that Babcock offers that. Yeah, straight up. And if you do find out that you have to write the exam, it's not the end of the world also. I do help people write that, and they do very well. Like I said, I'll do a video about that. But there's probably someone out there who's like, I don't want to write the IELTS, I don't want to write it, I don't want to write it, but I want to travel, I want to school, I want to be a student. Yes, it's very, very possible. I'm just here to encourage you. Look, do some research on some of those schools that I listed, and you know, you can go from there. So you don't actually necessarily need the IELTS exam to travel as a student to the UK. I hope that encourages someone out there. That's basically it for this video. It's pretty short, straight to the point, and I hope it's very educative and helpful for someone out there. Please share this with the people that might need this. Share this all over your platforms. Share this with your friends, family members, and yeah. Do have a wonderful day. God bless you. Bye.